All right, middle-aged white guy reacts coming back again with another Tom MacDonald. Next up on our list is Sober. This is also featuring Mad Child and Nova Rockefeller, as I'm reading at the top there. So we'll get some Nova in here. Does she get a verse? That'd be nice. I'd like to hear what everyone's talking about with this chick. Anyway, before we get into the video, quick channel update. So for this past week, I've been cranking out at least 3 videos a day. I'll be able to get 3 today. I should be able to get 3 tomorrow. And that'll put us 3 away from no response. Now, what's happening tomorrow is my wife is coming back into town. She's been gone for the past week. She's been visiting her sister for her nephew's first birthday in Montana, clear across the country. So she flies in tomorrow night, I believe. So like I said, I should still be able to get 3 videos tomorrow. Moving forward, I don't quite know what the upload schedule is going to be. I took this week off so I could run the household and be with the kids and get them to their various activities. So I had a lot of free time. It's going to go away. The first few days of my channel, I was working within the confines of a normal schedule. So I was I think I got 2 videos up the first day, like 1 the next day, none the third, 2 the fourth, like something like that, you know. So content will still be coming. It's just not going to be as many times per day. I don't know when the uploads are going to be. Maybe they're at night, maybe 1 in the morning, 1 at night, something like that. There's going to be days where I don't upload anything. So I'm not going anywhere, just busy. My wife, when she sees free time on my calendar, she writes things in with big, thick, permanent markers so that I can't get out of them. So there's going to be chores and errands and activities and all sorts of stuff that I'm going to be trying to work around. I will get stuff, though, up. I am too close to no response to stop now. And like I said, after today and tomorrow, I should only be 3 songs away from that. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get into Sober.
What up, y'all? My name's Tom. Little while back was an alcoholic. Had a mental breakdown like
Somber
a year
Tom.
ago. Came close
Getting
to
somber
putting me in
Tom
a
again.
coffin. Damn. After the hooker I loved. After I did all the drugs. After I finally got fired for showing up late to the job, hella tired and drunk. After the oxys I put up my nose with my boss on the oil rigs when I was young. After my ex cut her wrists and the cops that I stabbed.
I didn't know he had problems with oxy. I don't know if he's talking about Oxycontin, or oxycodone, which is Percocet. Either way, they're the same damn thing. Both basically forms of pharmaceutical heroin. So, I mean, that stuff's nasty. I've seen it ruin people, absolutely ruin people.
With my boss on the oil rigs when I was young. After my ex cut her wrists and the cops that I stabbed her and beat me, then put me in cuffs. After I totaled my car trying to run from the cops with a kilo of coke in the trunk. After I drank till I rotted my teeth out my head, got infections in all of my gums. After I couldn't get hard cause the vodka and porno sedated me till I was numb. After I couldn't escape from the basement I rented and went to go live with my mom.
A lot of information,
After I cheated on people I needed and lied trying to hide from the guy that I was. Then I got sober, the madness was over. Now I am proud of the man I become.
He basically just gave his a brief overview of his whole struggle with addiction, you know, things he was going through. I didn't know that he had problems with Oxycontin or oxycodone, Percocet, whatever he was snorting. You know, that's oof. Having the alcohol problem on top of that, like, he had to come through a lot of shit to get to the other side, man. Like, the alcohol's bad enough to try to get off of, but trying to, you know, essentially get off of heroin, you know, I mean, let's be real.
I cheated on people I needed and lied trying to hide from the guy that I was. Then I got sober, the madness was over. Now I am proud of the man I become. Yeah. I'm finding someone that I know again.
Wow, is that Nova?
I started climbing out the hole I'm in. Fighting demons and I'm no.
Or is that just a random? Is that Nova? That has to be Nova. Yeah. All right, so this is the first, like, I mean, I guess she was in. You saw her face in I Wish, and I think at the end of one of the songs, when they're like doing little like blooper reel or whatever, they her face was covered though, so this is like the first good look I've gotten at Nova. Let me take a peek here. Oh yeah, good looking girl, good looking chick, Tom. This hook, it's not the same as I wish, but it gives me that vibe. Like two totally different topics. Obviously, this one's a lot more. This is a lot darker of a subject matter, but this hook reminds me of I Wish, and it's like it's giving me those kind of vibes, except without the nostalgic good feelings, more of the depressed, addicted feelings that you're getting from this one. He has the scars that he'll always remember. What did he say? He gave it all and never surrendered. So, you know, obviously he battled addiction. He went to war with his addiction and his depression. And he is scarred from that struggle. Physically, definitely emotionally, psychologically. And he's going to carry those scars as reminders of the struggle he went through forever.
What up, y'all? My name's Mad Child. I've been off to Zannies for a while now.
I still can't get over his voice. He's SPM. It's Carlos Coy. All right, hold on. Come on, Mad Child, bring it.
What up, y'all? My name's Mad Child. I've been off to Zannies for a while now. I was waking up feeling suicidal, but I think I'm finally starting to smile now. Man, I lived a hell of a life. I've been to hell and back twice. Lost $10 million through different addictions. Don't tell me about paying the price. From penthouses with top models, hanging with strippers with pop bottles. You're anxious and hiding alone in my room from the world that was pissing in pop bottles. From chart top and being a role model to flop records and lost follows. When I
Man, so he went through some things too. He said he's lost $10 million. How did you say that?
You're anxious and hiding alone in my room from the world that was pissing in pop bottles. From chart top and being a role model. I've been to hell and back twice. Lost $10 million through different addictions. Don't tell me about paying the price.
Lost $10 million through different addictions. Don't tell him about paying the price. That's a steep damn price, man. How do you go through $10 million through drugs and alcohol? Like, man, oof. Oh, these people, dude, they live in a totally different world than us at you know, once you get a certain amount of money. I mean, because first of all, I haven't even made $10 million in my life, obviously. Okay. God, man. That's brutal. I mean, that's just how strong an addiction can be, that it would make you burn through $10 million. Like,
Of a life. I've been to hell and back twice. Lost $10 million through different addictions. Don't tell me about paying the price. From penthouses with top models, hanging with strippers with pop bottles. You're anxious and hiding alone in my room from the world that was pissing in pop bottles. From chart top and being a role model to flop records and lost follows. When I cop product, got a month's worth. When I left the spot, cops followed.
so he was trying to slang. He was in a spot where, you know, he's burning through his money. He lost basically his rap career. He started selling drugs to maybe supplement his income, you know, whatever, or to fuel his habit. You know, a lot of people do that too. Whatever he was doing, though, he went and picked up his drugs, and the cops were there staking it out and followed him. I'm assuming arrested him.
To flop records and lost follows. When I cop product, got a month's worth. When I left the spot, cops follow. If you saw a photo, it was only face, cause I was 85 pounds overweight. Mental breakdown trying to catch a plane. Wasn't mad, child, I was only Shane. My puppy Lola was my only gang. Had to put my baby in a grave. I walked away from every brick I laid so I could build a new wall to keep.
Took the photo, it was only face, because I was 85 pounds overweight. He's talking about his booking photo after he got arrested. So he's obviously not taking care of his health. He's too far into drugs, alcohol, everything like that. He's getting fat. He's blowing up. You know, like I said, he's not taking care of himself. He said, I wasn't Mad Child. I was only Shane. So he, like I said, he lost his career then. This is what I'm taking from the lyrics. I have no idea what this man's background is. He lost his career because of his addiction and the spiral, the downward spiral he was on. And he wasn't even Mad Child anymore. He didn't even see himself as that rap persona. He was just Shane. He was just another broken person dealing with addiction and stuff like that. And he said his puppy Lola was his only gang. Like, you know, everybody abandoned him essentially, and it was just his dog. And then he says, you know, he put his baby in the fucking grave. Like I said, I don't know the man's story. I don't know, is that referencing the dog he just referenced previously? I wouldn't think so. I mean, the way that sounds to me was like he had a child that he lost, which, if that's the case, props, man, because trying to dig yourself out of addiction is hard enough, but to do it on top of losing a child and losing essentially your entire career, you know, like that's rough. That's rough. If that's, you know, maybe I'm interpreting it wrong or whatever, but to me, that's what he's talking about here.
Lola was my only gang, had to put my baby in a grave. I walked away from every brick I laid so I could build a new wall to keep me safe. I'm finding someone that I know again.
So he said he abandoned, you know, your life, it's like building a house, right? You know, so you put the foundation and all the boards and beams for structural greatness. No, but like, you know, your life, you're putting it together like a house. You build the foundation brick by brick, and then you start building stuff on top of it. The foundation is your education, your morals, whatever. So he's saying that he had to step away from every brick he laid. So he completely abandoned everything about his life and started completely fresh and rebuilt it from the ground up. And, you know, like I said, I don't know the man's story, so maybe I'm getting this wrong, but to me, this is what he is saying. And if this is the case, I mean, that's commendable. That is 100%. That's not an easy thing to do. You know, most of us are afraid to tear up the foundation, you know. So if you could do that and come out better for it on the other end, you're a pretty strong person.
Keep me safe. I'm finding someone that I know again. I started climbing out the hole I'm in. Fighting demons and I know I'll win.
Nova has such a good voice. I wish Tom would stop singing for a second. I wish Tom would, not that I don't like his singing, I want to hear Just Nova. I want to hear Just Nova. Maybe we'll get a chance. Let's find out.
It's time for me to mend these broken wings. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever. I have my scars, I'll always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered. When you fall down,
Break it down for us, Tom.
closing in.
I said, break it down for us, buddy. He's been doing this a lot in his songs. I like it. I like when he just kind of stops, lets some of the instrumentals go away, might just keep one little thing in the background, and then does this nice little slow vibe thing. He's been doing this in the last few songs, I feel like. I really like it.
You can get up again, up again. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever.
And isn't that the truth, man? Isn't that the truth? This is the war that you'll fight forever. Like, you know, I guess I was addicted to something. All right, you don't really look at it that way, but I smoked cigarettes back in the day. Even though I haven't had one in a long time, years. I feel like with my cup of coffee every morning, I could put one in my mouth and just light it up. It's never that feeling, not the feeling, but the thought just never goes away. It just never goes away. And you know, that's tobacco. That's not even pills or alcohol or anything like that, you know. So it doesn't go away. I can tell you that just from my little experience, you know, dealing with tobacco, you know, not even anything crazy.
This is a war that I'll fight forever. I have my scars, I'll always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered.
It's a good song. And there's people that probably really relate to that song, you know, and there's actually some of my old buddies that would probably benefit from hearing something like that, you know, because like I said, we experimented in high school. We all did, you know. And there was in my neighborhood, there was two boys that were in the same grade as me, lived across the street in houses next door to each other. So there was three of us total in the neighborhood. And we all started experimenting at the same time, you know, and we'd get stuff and share it with each other and, you know, all that. And I pretty much kind of dropped that stuff when I wanted to get serious about life. My one buddy still partakes in things every now and again, but he's doing fine, you know, has a good job. And then the one kid just went off the deep end. I mean, he, you know, he came into the ER I was working at one point, you know, this is years ago now, like 3 or 4 years ago. And I grew up with him. I grew up across the street from him. He was one of my best friends, you know. He didn't even know who I was. He was so gone, he didn't even know who I was. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see because this stuff, man, it can mess up your day. And with what we know, like I understand getting addicted to stuff in like the 60s and 70s, you know, when we didn't really know what was going on, but we have too much information now, guys. Too much. All right, well, that'll be the song. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Middle-aged white guy reacts is out. Peace.